Guess who got to come home today? This is footage of Bill Cosby arriving at his mansion after being released from prison. Gave a peace sign. So, it's an infuriating piece of business here. The first thing we need to point out is that Bill Cosby absolutely did what he was accused of. Not a doubt in anyone's mind. He admitted to it in court documents, and we're going to get into that. So this is Cosby's legal team.
Not just in the Navy, but he served our country in so many different ways through his celebrity. Him and Mrs. Cosby. Mr. Cosby has always used his celebrity, his name, his likeness to uplift women. This is a man who refused to perform at the White House with Nixon. Nixon put him on a communist list in the 60s, along with so many other great names like Dick Gregory, Jane Fonda. How could a man who was being watched by the FBI every day be raping and drugging women in the 60s or 70s, especially a black man?
He admitted to it.
This came to Mr. Cosby with the help of these wonderful attorneys.
Well, I mean, the thing that we need to be pissed off right now is Bruce Castor. Bruce Castor is the reason this motherfucker Bruce Castor, 15, 16, 17 years ago, is the reason why this motherfucker is walking today. Now, if that name sounds familiar to you, it's because you all remember him from when we watched the impeachment trial of Donald Trump earlier this year. He was the idiot.
You will see Miss Jennifer Bunjean. She argued the appeal. To my left, you see Brian Perry. Yes. To Brian's left, Ashley Cohen. And then you have Haley Cohen. These are women and men who from all walks of life. As I said earlier, James Brown.
Is Cosby smiling?
Man's world. There would be
like what's his face? He's mean like.
Cosby was that woman. For 57 years, the queen, the matriarch of the Cosby family, who fought for his vindication, who said he would be vindicated. And today,
he's not been vindicated. He has not been vindicated. That is not what happened today. So, Pennsylvania's highest court threw out Bill Cosby's sexual assault conviction and released him from prison today in a stunning reversal of fortune for the comedian once known as America's Dad. They ruled that the prosecutor who brought the case was bound by his predecessor. His predecessor was Bruce Castor, Trump's attorney. He was bound by his predecessor's agreement not to charge Cosby. Cosby, 83, flashed a V for victory sign. I thought it was a peace sign. Maybe I was wrong. Cosby was arrested in 2015 when a district attorney, armed with newly unsealed evidence, the comic's own damaging... I really am fucked up tonight. The comic's own damaging deposition in a lawsuit brought by Constant filed charges against him just days before the 12-year statute of limitations was about to run out. But the Pennsylvania Supreme Court Wednesday said that District Attorney Kevin Steele, who made the decision to arrest Cosby, was obligated to stand by his predecessor's promise to not charge Cosby, though there was no evidence that agreement was ever put in writing. There was no evidence that agreement was ever put in writing. Now, apparently Castor promised Cosby that he wouldn't prosecute him in order to get Cosby to spill the beans. That's how we have the deposition, where he says, yes, I drugged women and raped them. Maybe that's it. They're letting him come home to die. I don't know. He looked in better health there than he did like during the trial, which, I mean, they were playing it up. to make him look like an old man for sympathy during the trial. Justice David Reck, writing for a split court, said Cosby had relied on the previous district attorney's decision not to charge him when the comedian gave his potentially incriminating testimony in Constance's civil case. The court called Cosby's subsequent arrest an affront to fundamental fairness, particularly when it results in a criminal prosecution that was foregone for more than a decade. Fair play and decency require that the district attorney's office stand by the decision of the previous DA. Cosby tweeted out, "I have never changed my stance nor my story. I've always maintained my innocence. Thank you to all my fans, supporters, and friends who stood by me through this ordeal. Special thanks to the Pennsylvania Supreme Court for upholding the rule of law." That was what Cosby had to say. Did O.J. Simpson tweet out anything about Bill Cosby getting out? This might have to be a recurring segment on the show. My Twitter's not working for some. Yes, Weinstein also played the feeble old man card. I am furious to hear the news. Actor Amber Tamblyn, the founder of the Time's Up movement and advocacy group for sex crime victims, said on Twitter, "I personally know women who this man drugged and raped while unconscious. Shame on the court and this decision." Cosby co-star Felicia Rashad? Felicia Rashad? Is that how you say it? Felicia Rashad, that's right. Finally, a terrible wrong is being righted. A miscarriage of justice. I guess she played one of Cosby's... I never watched the Cosby Show. I guess she played one of Cosby's kids. 4 Supreme Court justices formed the majority that ruled in Cosby's favor, while 3 others dissented in whole or in part.